forward. Yes.
Senator Carroll.
Oh, wait, we got.
It's like deer in the headlights
Just
there real
pause.
quick.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. My name is Tom Underwood. I'm the State Director of the National Federation of Independent Business. We represent approximately 6,000 small employers across the state that have an average employee base of 3 to 5 employees. First thing I'd like to say is I'm in complete agreement with the frustration expressed by the chiropractic practitioners here today. Practitioners across the state of all types of medicine are small business people. They are in a situation where they don't have the opportunity to be able to negotiate fairly and to get any kind of leverage in terms of negotiation. The antitrust laws that are on the books today preclude practitioners from grouping together for joint negotiation with the insurance carriers. That being said, small business is the group that's in the crossfire here today with these types of costs. When you take out the ERISA large employers, when you take out the labor union plans, which are also exempted from this, the only people that are left are the small group employers and the individuals in terms of putting this cost base on. My testimony today is not just about this particular piece of legislation, but any type of mandated change to insurance policies drive up the cost to small employers. Over the last 5 years, small employers have averaged a premium increase of 85%. I can assure you that our profits have not gone up 85% in those 5 years. I have members literally that are calling me because they have exhausted their credit cards keeping their business open. They have laid off their children to keep their businesses open. The chiropractic community, I understand completely, they're trying to struggle with the same things in this economy. But the fact is, the only place the answer to this bill, the cost of this bill will end up is on the small employers of the state. What the answer is, I have no idea. Between the national debate, the debate that's been going on for years here, I don't know what the answer is. I certainly would be charging my clients a lot more if I did. But at some point, we are going to reach the tipping point where small business can no longer afford to provide benefits to their employees. It's close. So I appreciate the opportunity to comment here today, and I appreciate the work that the committee has done.
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, I'm Mike Ridenauer. I'm here to represent the Kentucky Chamber of Commerce today, and I can agree with a great deal of what Tom has just told you. I mean, to Senator Denton's point just a little bit ago, you're looking at the folks that represent the people caught in the crossfire. There's sympathy from the business community on both sides, but at the end of the day, the cost associated with mandates like this one will be borne by less than a third of the insurance market in Kentucky. We're deeply concerned about that. The state of this economy, the continued efforts of small businesses all across the state to pull out of this and turn the corner we're on the knife's edge right now. And to the extent that we add any type of cost, especially through health insurance, which has experienced substantial increases over the years, that's really going to be a serious issue that our members are going to have to contend with. We're confronting increases in unemployment insurance. We're confronting increases across the board and still trying to keep folks employed to continue to pay taxes and continue to fund the things that we care about, like education in this state. So we encourage you to take a strong look at this issue. Again, we understand that there are a great number of issues involved, but at the end of the day, somebody's got to pay the bill, and we urge your strong look at moving forward. Thanks.
Senator Neal has a question for you.
So part of this problem is the same problem we have across the United States. And states have had difficulty in grappling with this pressure, this upward pressure with respect to costs. And we all know that the federal government has been wrestling with this issue in a much broader sense, which from my vantage point, probably is something that's it's going to have to happen in some form in order to drive costs down. So I just want to know, did the Kentucky Chamber of Commerce, did your organization, are you supporting healthcare reform? Are you actively involved in that?
Speaking for the National Federation of Independents, we are actively involved in the debate. What we would like to see in our position is the ability to pool small business across state lines to create a greater bargaining opportunity with that on the national level. And that will create more opportunity for competition. You know, why is health insurance cheaper in Indiana than it is in Kentucky? That makes no sense. There's got to be an opportunity here for small businesses to come together, to be able to negotiate in a block. Quite frankly, the state gets a better deal than the small business guy on the street does because they have more lives, more contracts, and the opportunity to be more involved in that negotiation.
So you're supporting healthcare reform, at least to that extent?
Yes, sir.
A continuing discussion has to take place on healthcare reform, because clearly what we're doing and what we've been doing, we're to the point where it's just not, the costs associated with sustaining the system are getting to the point where it has to be addressed. And so I think it behooves everyone to play a constructive role in that dialogue.
Reason I raise the question, and being quite familiar with the historical efforts toward healthcare reform, and looking at the players that have been involved that have thwarted that from decade to decade, from administration to administration, it frustrates me that then everyone runs into their little position protecting their particular interests. I understand that. But because of this parochial view, and surely there are effects, negative and positive, depending on where you're sitting, we've been unable to get to a point where we can control this situation. I'm very frustrated behind that. I don't know what the answer is either. But I do know, at least if I understand it correctly, that it just seems to me that the chiropractors in this situation have been treated very unfairly. I may be seeing this wrong, but we've had this issue here last time, didn't we?
Yes, sir.
It keeps coming back over and over again, and the players that can make a difference do not make a difference. And you can talk and talk and talk and talk, and that does not make a difference. The question is taking some action, and then perhaps a difference will be made. So I'm just frustrated by it, but I guess I'm expressing my frustration. That's all I can offer today.
Thanks, Senator. All right. Any other comments? Anyone else in the audience would care to speak? Or all right, if the clerk call the roll.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
This is on the. You're welcome. This is on the Senate Bill 157, the